Hello YouTube family, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharida and welcome. And in today's video, we are diving into vanilla fragrances, but not just any vanillas. We're getting into designer vanilla scents. Now you all know that I don't have a huge number of designer fragrances in my collection, but the vast majority of them, it looks to be vanilla. So I'm a vanilla's girl at heart. You all know this. And the great thing about this video is you can find every last one of them at Sephora. This video is done in partnership with Sephora, and I am so excited to let you know my thoughts on some new releases, okay? Some tried and trues. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. All right, you guys, so before we start, as always, be sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Make sure notification bell is turned on, set to all. And if you find any value in the content along the way, please give me a big thumbs up as it helps my channel to grow. So before I get into the fragrances, I always want to remind you, if you're shopping Sephora, please go ahead and sign up to be a beauty insider. This is free, okay? You don't have to buy anything, you don't have to pay anything. Sign up and start collecting those points so that when you do purchase, it's going towards something. You have a value there. You can apply your points to get money off in some cases, and you can also access the Sephora savings events that they have throughout the year before the general public, just depending on your tier where you may fall. And you can also apply those points towards samples and sometimes even deluxe samples. So it is a great program. I also want to remind you that they do have wonderful delivery services such as same-day delivery, which I always take advantage of. Every single time that I can, I do, because I don't have to pay extra for that because I'm a Rouge member. They also have it where you can order online and pick up in store. So you guys, these are just a few ways to take advantage of some special offerings by Sephora. As always, details on all of this will be linked in the description box below. So let's go ahead and jump into beauty first. You all always ask something about the eyes and something about the lips. So what I'm trying to do is give you regularly my lip combo and eye palettes. So the eye look for today being the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette. I will have it linked below, the exact one. And as far as the lip combo for today, we have the Fenty lip liners, and these are so bomb and creamy, you all. This is in the shade Extra Thigh, and I like this brown because it's not as deep and rich and as dark as my normal tried and true shade brown lip liners. So I really am happy to have this one. I thought it would be darker, but I'm glad it's not because I didn't want something too close to what I have. It's a really beautiful, almost like an ash brown tone. Okay, and it pairs perfectly with this shade of Fenty Gloss Stick. Sort of Selfish. Okay, I love the names for their lip products, y'all. It's so it is so cute. So this is the combo, and I topped it off with my tried and true Fenty Gloss Bomb Cream in the shade Honey Waffles. So yeah, we're giving brown, we're giving a little neutral, but nevertheless we're giving glam. All right, all of those beauty products, of course, again available through Sephora and will be linked. All right, so fragrance time. Let's get into a new release that I actually have a dedicated video on. So if you want all of the nitty grits, go ahead and check it out. But Burberry Goddess Intense is now available at Sephora. You guys, this is very different from the original. I have the original here. Okay, love it first sniff. So for me, the original one was very vanilla forward, very smooth, round, sweet but not overly sweet, lavender vanilla, and the lavender did not get overly aromatic and really strong, and that is what I absolutely loved about this one. And this Intense, they are really giving you intense. The performance, the projection, everything is amplified, but it is a lot earthier. It is a lot woodier. You have the additional notes of patchouli. You have a very, very strong lavender. So in my opinion, if you were a fan of the way the leaves were done, I think that this one is one you would vibe with. If this is absolutely your girl, please try this one first because you might not vibe with it. For me, on my skin, this one just wore a little astringent. The lavender was too prominent. Something a little scratchy about it at certain points, but I feel like when you wear this, it really does develop it changes, it takes you on a bit of a journey. And after the initial really strong lavender field opening, okay, that lavender essence is really kicking, you start to see the Burberry Goddess original rear its head a bit, okay? Not quite as sweet to me. I feel like the lavender is so much more the star of the show here, whereas the vanilla is the star of the show here. I can see these layering really well together, but for me personally, I am an OG Goddess girl, okay? So try the Intense, but we're gonna be riding out to this one. This one is almost empty. I started out with the smallest bottle, and we're gonna read up to a bigger bottle because this is just such a wonderful wearing experience for me. I can have the lavender facets, but they're so minute compared to any other female marketed lavender out there to me, okay? And I also enjoy the fact that this is not an overly floral scent. You're getting lots of vanilla, you've got a dusting of cacao, and you have lots and lots and lots of vanilla, like a triple vanilla complex here. They mentioned 4 in the Intense, but I'm not getting that. It's supposed to be like a vanilla wood or something they added. It is adding a much woodier fast, but if you're thinking you're going to get vanilla times 10 in here, is this is more vanilla forward in my opinion. It's so much easier to wear, and this is the one that I recommend, and this one is one of my favorites as far as designer vanilla fragrances. I feel like they really did a stunning job with this one, but again, if you want a really more detailed comparison of the two, then check out my dedicated review. But Burberry Goddess was a hit in 2023 because vanilla lovers, we needed this one, and I absolutely love it. All right, so the next one on this list, I don't know, y'all. Nest Vanilla Bourbon, okay? Very excited about this release. I went on ahead and just blind bought a bottle, and it's not that I don't like the way this smells. I like it, but this is not a love. This is a like, and I say that because this wears so different from anything that I thought I would get. And I feel like there's kind of a thing with Nest, like the body spray, the Madagascar Vanilla body spray and oil wear differently from what I would imagine. But this is, oh my God, I love the body mist. I really do. I love the smell of it. But this one wears very deep, rich, almost dark, okay? Very brown sugar, bourbon vanilla, but the way that, I don't know what is creating that. I feel like we don't have a full list of note breakdown, but something in this wears chocolatey. And I don't know where that is coming from. Like Burberry Goddess actually has cacao listed. You barely get it. This has a chocolatey feel to it. And I think it's going to be a little off-putting. So in addition to the brown sugar and the vanilla, they do list the night blooming jasmine. I feel like the way the florals are done in here are quite beautiful, and it doesn't wear in a challenging floral over perfumey designer way at all. I think that this is one you really need to try out first because it is very hard to describe what you're actually going to get when you wear this. To me, if no one told me this was a vanilla scent, it's not jumping out as vanilla to me. It's vanilla, it's there, but it's almost like these chocolatey, super warm facets. And I don't know what is creating that. I don't know if it's the way the night blooming jasmine is done. How does that actually differ from the smell of regular jasmine? I would love to know, because out of the notes mentioned, that is the one that I'm not super familiar with. I have it maybe in a couple fragrances and it's not anything prominent. So I don't know if that is what is making this come off. It's quite different. So I bought this in the same purchase that I bought the new Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid. And I actually wish I had bought these in flip-flop. Like, I want a full bottle of this, and I could have been fine with the travel size of this one. So the Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid is my first Gucci in my collection. It's a travel size, but she's going to be upgraded because this travel size is halfway done. And the reviews were so all over the place. I was going to order a full bottle, but you all jumped in those comments and y'all was scaring me. Someone said that they got a really overly citrusy opening. I'm like, I don't even see any citruses mentioned, but that was scaring me because citrus is tough for me, okay? And it has to be done a certain way. So that was scary. And then someone else mentioned all they got was like bland florals. Some other people mentioned that they loved it. Going back to Laura May's review on it, it felt like something that I really wanted to have in my collection. But when I got this travel size, you all, and I tried it on my skin, this really did surprise me in a very good way. This almost wowed me because this is one I can just see putting on all the time. Oh, I want to smell floral. I want to smell feminine. I don't want to smell overly perfumey. I want a vanilla that hits really different. This is definitely very floral, but this has vanilla orchid, which I love. It gives it a very vanilla but powdery vibe. And it also has something that is wearing like a banana orchid. There is no banana orchid listed. If you look at the actual review on Fragrantica, they're mentioning banana. And when I'm like, what? Why are we talking about bananas? And there is nothing like that listed in the notes. But on my skin, when you put this on, this wears like a vanilla orchid, banana orchid scent. Banana orchid in a very fresh banana way. The ozonic notes featured in here do not go salty. They don't go overly marine. They don't go like funky or weird, because that particular accord can just go any which way. You never know what you're going to get from it until you try it on your skin. This wears like fresh beach air and nothing weird about it. And I was blown away by that because it's not a lot of notes mentioned. And I was really scared about how that would go because especially in the designer market, it can go really weird. So I love that about it. But y'all, the vanilla duo, I feel like honestly it's playing a backseat to the vanilla orchid and what smells like to me a banana orchid. So I would love to know anyone that has tried this, who's actually spent time with it, not necessarily just in passing, what are you getting from this? Like, how does this develop? But I feel like the actual vanilla spice, like if you were expecting something super vanilla forward, something maybe even a little gourmand, I really don't get that. I just think it's beautiful though. This is so beautiful. And this is like spring vanilla orchids, fresh, slightly sweet, just beautiful, beautiful. And I feel like for those who love the banana, sweet banana KLE, but you want a full bottle of something and you want something with just a little bit less of that jasmine vibe, here you go right here. This wears banana on my skin. This wears a little vanilla. It wears very vanilla orchid, and I am in love and I want me a full bottle. All right. So those are my thoughts, but I would love to know everyone's thoughts on this. Let's definitely have a conversation because again, everyone was just getting something different and curious to know your thoughts. So drop a line below, let your girl know. All right, so let's get back into another designer vanilla that I feel like is actually wearing the crown of lavender vanilla fragrances. This is Mon Guerlain, and this is one that is just, this is masterpiece designer fragrance for me. Like, I almost forget exactly how beautiful, how complex, how unique and amazing this wears until I actually smell it. Like, oh my gosh, like I will spray it on me, but I have on so many other fragrances right now. So this is first and foremost vanilla woody lavender. It's very heavy on the lavender. Find that the vanilla, it does definitely take the center stage. And I think that sweetness just really helps any feminine marketed, targeted lavender fragrance. You need a lot of sweetness to offset it, or you're going to have to dial the lavender back. Pick one, okay? Or use both, which is what they did with this Burberry Goddess original. But this has official notes of lavender, mandarin orange, and bergamot in the top. Middle notes of Tahitian vanilla, iris, rose, jasmine, sandalwood, You have base notes of coumarin, patchouli, licorice, benzoin, Australian sandalwood, and white musk. You get this beautiful licorice. Oh, you get this beautiful licorice. It is absolutely amazing. And I find that it's actually going to be a make or break note for a lot of people when it comes to this scent, not necessarily the lavender. But I feel like this is a phenomenal feminine lavender and also very vanilla forward fragrance that just stuns. This is what, like, who's used to say that back? And was it Jeremy fragrance? It smells like a wife. This smells like someone who can command attention and respect, but she is still really soft in nature. And she don't even have to, honey, the room, the everything around it falls to her. Okay. This is just femininity, but it is also a little bit of power and strength personified, and it's sweet. So it's desirable. And it's just, chef's kiss. If you had never tried Mon Guerlain, you are truly missing out if you are a lavender girl. So highly recommend you checking this one out because it is to die for. So next up is my very first Black Opium. It was a blind buy, but when I tell you, the eyes rolled to the back of my head because this wears exquisitely, okay? This is Black Opium Le Parfum, and this is from Saint Laurent. And what I love about this one is you are definitely getting that Black Opium DNA, but it is so much more wearable. It is not as loud. It's a lot easier to pull off. But yes, you're still getting those floral facets. You are getting a touch of that coffee, but there is something very beautiful and gourmand and extremely vanilla forward with this one. This is your Black Opium for the vanilla girls. And I also find that if you are not someone that vibes with the Black Opiums of the past, get your nose on this one, try it, because you really may be shocked. This one has solar notes mentioned, but it also has so much warmth. And that combination makes this wearable all year, okay? You open with this beautiful pear. You've got a touch of cinnamon, which I really don't get a lot of, honestly. You get the green mandarin, and you have middle notes of solar notes, jasmine sandbeck, and orange blossom. Base notes of Madagascar vanilla, bourbon vanilla, vanilla absolute, coffee, vanilla orchid, and patchouli. The patchouli is very respectful, okay? It's just there grounding it. And you have 4 components of vanilla in this fragrance, and I am getting all of it. This is very, very irresistible, addictive, sweet vanilla that is to die. I mean, this is got to be one of my favorite designer vanillas. I went through the 1 ounce, immediately re-upped on a 3.4. And I just feel like this is a designer vanilla that I will always want to repurchase. Love this one. All right. And so this one, again, is Black Opium Le Parfum. And this is from Yves Saint Laurent. All right, you guys. So that is our video for today. Please drop me a line and let me know some of your favorite designer vanilla fragrances. And everything that we have highlighted, both fragrance and beauty, is available at Sephora. Do not forget, sign up to be a beauty insider. Information on how to do that will be linked below. And as always, you guys, be sure you are subscribed. A huge thank you again to Sephora partnering with me on today's video. It has been real. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.